we are about to meet up with Kevin Lee, one of Instagram's top magic influencers. We're going to talk Instagram money today. We're going to talk magic influencing. We're going to talk, if we can find him. I think we got him. So Kevin Lee, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right. We're going to go up to the room. We're going to talk business. Let's do it. Kevin Lee.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Instagram superstar.
Oh, stop it.
Right on. Fooling Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
250,000 subscribers. First, real quick, I got to get this out of the way. First time I met you was a couple of years ago at a magic convention. And you told me, you're like, oh, yeah, Rob Anderson. I've watched your videos.
I have, yeah.
And now I'm here, and I'm like, I'm here with Kevin Lee.
That's a trip.
How cool is that?
I'm honored to be here right now with
Totally.
you.
So briefly, like a lot of people that see this are going to know who you are, but briefly, last couple years, you've gotten huge on Instagram with magic.
Yeah.
Like you've put out, I don't know how many videos you do put out, but you've gone from like 5,000 a couple of years ago to almost 250,000
Pretty
now.
much, yeah.
So we're going to get into that a little bit. You did just Fool Penn and Teller, that just aired.
That just happened.
Really
it's
cool. Like
surreal.
Fooled them, so now you have your Penn and Teller FU trophy at your house.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And yeah, I mean, you've been up to a lot. You're killing it. You're here in Vegas doing a show this week, which is awesome. But yeah, you're totally killing the game right now.
Thank you.
So I want to talk a little bit about that because it's really cool. I want to talk a little more about turning this influence you've got into business. Making bread, making money,
obtain that grain.
Yeah. I know it's everybody's dream, everybody's goal right now. It seems to be like an Instagram influencer.
Yeah.
Everybody's posting pictures, and a big frustration I hear with a lot of people. Why is it you can have someone posting picture after picture, video after video, and they're trying to grow, and they wind up with 1,500 followers, and they try following everyone. They try liking and commenting on pictures. What is the key to your amount of growth so far?
Yeah. So I would say most of my growth started off with just collaboration. So two main things. The first one is collaboration, and people would probably assume like, oh, so you're doing a lot of things with other magicians. But I wasn't. I was working with non-magicians, with other talent. Maybe, it's just a model, blogger, or it's someone else like a dancer or musician, but trying to find a way to incorporate magic and into what they do as well. So that leads me to my second point, which is creating unique content, right? Because social media is a way for people to see content they've never seen before. They don't want to see the same old thing. So when you do have these collaborations that lead to unique content, like they're like, oh, we should maybe follow this person because they might just have more of this unicorn-like stuff. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think you just touched on a key of you're being you, you're doing you in a unique way that works with them, which probably also makes brands look at you in a certain way that say, hey, this guy can use his magic for other sorts of for other sorts of talents. I wonder what he could do for such and such a brand of something.
Exactly.
Which we'll talk about in a minute too.
Yeah.
But okay, so you collaborated with people. I think a lot of people, they have this idea that they're coming up on Instagram and they've got 1,000 followers or whatever. And they'll just be DMing people with 500K or 1 million hoping for a response. Did you ever try that? Did it ever work?
No.
Who did you work with?
When I was smaller, around 10,000 to 20,000,
Smaller, 20,000. Yeah.
I was putting out just what I thought was cool. I made something called Stranger Things magic video. I put that out, just kind of incorporating a cool show I enjoy to watch that a lot of people enjoy watching, and mixing it with something I do. So that then led me to think oh, maybe I should work with other talent. And how I kind of approach that, because it's hard when you have a smaller following and you look up to someone, you're like, yo, can I collaborate with someone with 1 million followers? They're gonna kind of look at you, they're like, who are you? First of all, who are you?
Because what value can you provide to them?
Exactly.
At that point? Yeah, you're asking them for value, but and this is what I talk about with my other videos all the time. What value are you providing?
And
why should why should they want to work with you?
Yeah, the thing is, when you do that, it's not like a bad thing. Like, you shouldn't not do that, but what can you offer them? That's exactly right. What is the talent that they've never seen before that maybe can enhance their brand as well. So
and that's the value you offer, is something
Exactly.
new for their followers to see and think is really cool, a fresh take on whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Even if you don't quite have their level. Not that again, at 1,000 followers you can DM that 2 million follower
Yeah.
account, but you've found a way, and that's super appropriate. You know, providing something new and fresh that people are genuinely going to want to see.
Yeah.
And going to them with that. Yeah. So that makes total sense.
Yeah.
And you've been able to roll that into. I mean, obviously you've done TV. I mean, you've done a number of TV shows. I know.
Just a couple. I mean, just Fool Us twice.
just Penn and Teller Fool Us.
Yeah,
2
just Penn
episodes.
and Teller.
Not just that. Were there other shows you've done though? I thought you've done a couple others. Is that
No,
it?
just that.
Just
for
that.
now.
Okay, cool. Just that.
Hopefully more.
Did Instagram help you at all with getting on TV?
I think that after my first time on Penn and Teller Fool Us, I got more serious about doing social media. I'm like, this is a huge platform that you can reach a lot of fans.
Did TV help your social media?
I think it was that for me at first. And then now, hopefully, it'll be the opposite.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Right.
ironic. Yeah.
I think eventually it will. I think once your social media gets bigger than TV, which social media is totally taking over TV.
It
No
is.
one under 25 watches TV channels
It's
anymore.
YouTube,
They,
yeah.
They just don't. Yeah, I don't watch it. I don't watch TV that much
Yeah.
anymore. I watch YouTube mostly.
too.
You know, being the size channel that you are now, I've dealt with this on YouTube.
Right.
You know, I've got a big YouTube channel that I did magic on. I still do, but
Yeah.
not as much. But I had people that would straight up steal my ideas right off of YouTube and try to just make copycats.
I know what you
Even
mean.
with my current business, I've got people that see what I'm doing
right.
with proposals, and they're just trying to straight up copy. Some of them are. Some people are
Yeah.
doing really original stuff. It's not that. It's when people just take your exact idea you're trying to do, and I know you must have dealt with that.
Yes. I see a lot of other people on Instagram just kind of take my ideas and duplicate it. And the thing is, when you take inspiration, like when we look up to magicians when we first started in the industry, we're like, we want to be David Blaine or David
Yeah.
Copperfield one day. But I think it's more so we want to be like David Blaine, like David Copperfield, right?
Notoriety, the fame, the TV shows. Yeah.
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 So when I see these people just kind of straight up like copy, I don't really respect it in the sense that they didn't put that much thought into, making it their own kind of style. So I see a lot of other people also take some of my video ideas and change it up a bit. And that's when I'm like, that's good. That's what we're supposed to do, because we all stand on the shoulder of giants.
Yeah.
We can't take anything just as ours.
We're talking money on this channel.
Yeah.
So 250,000 what's your exact follower count right now?
It's about 230,000.
230,000. So, are you a millionaire yet? Are you just rolling in? Are you taking your Bentley back to LA?
Reining in it.
Yeah?
No, not at all. Not at all.
But the money's coming in though.
Yeah,
I was
slowly.
kidding, but you're
Yeah.
making money off it. Where does your money come from on Instagram?
So money comes from mainly brand deals on my Instagram, because you can't really monetize Instagram yet. But yeah, mainly brand deals.
So you get companies that come to you and say, "Hey, we'll pay you X amount of dollars
Yeah.
to do a post and incorporate our product or talk
Exactly.
about us," basically.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great, and they want you to put it in your stories also. I would
They want to
imagine.
do like a story, couple stories sometimes. Mainly videos for my page because I want to be more interactive.
Sure. Yeah, most of what you do are videos. Yeah. So what sort of range at your follower count
Right.
should people like expect to be paid? If you want to give a ballpark amount
Yeah.
from X amount of dollars to X amount of dollars. 'Cause
Right.
Some people, I think, they look at a large account and they're like, if I got to that size, I'd be making 50 grand a post
Yeah.
or whatever they think, because you hear Kylie Jenner making over like $1 million a post.
Right.
And she's got like a 150 million. Who even knows how many
crazy.
followers she has? But I think sometimes people have these overinflated ideas of what they could make. So what is a range you think people could expect to get from a company for a post at your size?
Right now, it can be ranging from like a couple thousand and above. But again, this all depends on your engagement. I think
Sure.
a lot of people get lost in the sauce, as they say.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, so many followers. And I
Right.
know a good amount of people who've also, they've bought
They bought
followers.
and then they get 100 likes on a post.
They get 100 likes, and companies can track it now.
Yeah.
They can use things like Social Blade or like Ninja
Right.
Analytics, and they're like looking at it. They're like, "Whoa, you lost 10,000 followers in a day, and you gained like 20,000 followers. How? You're just a model, Instagram model.
Right.
How are you doing that?" So they look at that and they take it into consideration as well, and they base it off of your engagement. So not about just the following.
Yeah.
of what you can offer and your engagement.
Right on, of course. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. And that is like, I mean, I think this goes without saying, but what's your advice when it comes to buying followers, buying likes? Does it ever work? Should you do it? Should you even consider, putting money out for that?
A lot of people have asked me, like, how have you grown your following? And I've never bought any followers at all. Like, no bots. It's all organic. No promoted posts. I know that's like a thing now. But for me, it's all about making sure that people want to follow me because they like what I do and they like who I am.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's definitely worked because Instagram took notice. And Instagram themselves, you were the first magician ever to be on the actual @Instagram account, right? And that was amazing to see. I was like, oh shoot, like you're blowing up.
I was like 100K, and then one day I thought it was a joke. They're like, Instagram wants to like email you. I'm like,
crazy.
Is this fake? I like double checked.
I wouldn't believe it at first, right?
Right. Like, this is insane. And they're like, yo, we want to just like feature you. We've never had a magician on. And I'm like, really? There's like a lot of other magicians with bigger followings than me. Why me? So I'm honored.
You're making money on your branded posts, which is great. Do you have merch yet? Are you selling merch?
No, not yet.
Yeah?
Not really.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I think that's a plan later on.
I'd buy
Magic.
Kevin Magic, or a shirt or a hat or something, just with best hair and magic. Just the haircut. If you had just your haircut on a shirt, I'd probably buy it.
Thank you.
Just
you can pre-order now.
Cool. I will. Hey, get some merch. No, I think there's numerous ways like you definitely could be making money. And I'm sure you will be. I'm sure you're going to expand your business on Instagram.
It's all just a marathon, slowly climbing it.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, you do live shows also. A lot of people probably don't realize, but you're in Las Vegas right now because you're doing a show in Vegas right now, which is awesome. And you'll probably back for another one at some point. Do any of your clients find you on Instagram, or do they find you like other ways?
So they find me on Instagram. And they're like, do you do shows? And that's the funny thing, because that's how I started off.
Right.
Like, people think, oh, you're just a social media magician, like camera magic.
So you did magic not just to do on Instagram. You started off doing magic.
Traditionally. Yeah, that's how I started off.
Showing people magic tricks.
Just holiday parties at my family events.
There you go.
And then that led to, the Magic Castle down the line, which my dad was the one who told me about it.
Right, which, you're a performer at the Magic Castle in Hollywood, which is a huge accomplishment. Yeah, so you're way more than just Instagram.
Right.
So people have different ways they can find you. It's not necessarily just, they're looking to hire an Instagram magician.
No.
You can be found, performing at the Magic Castle or a number of other ways. And you're getting hired to do shows for these big companies now.
That's right.
Which you've been for a while, not just now, but for a while. But all that doesn't necessarily come just from Instagram. But it helps.
Not at all.
I'm sure they promote it as as seen on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm
social
sure.
proof. Definitely.
Yeah, and Penn and Teller. As seen on Penn and Teller.
Right.
It's social proof. It totally is, which enables you to up your rates at that point.
That's exactly.
Your rates are able to go from your standard rates to much higher because again, social proof. Proving showing your value, that perceived value that I talk about in other videos. Go check the other videos for chats about perceived value. But I know it's super important because people are willing to pay more for something that is already a proven thing. That's why or something at least that is held up to be like a luxury higher end brand. That's why people are willing to pay more for a T-shirt that says Gucci on it, or a Mercedes-Benz, maybe slightly higher quality, but that price goes up exponentially because of the social proof around it.
And the thing is, for those of you watching, like if you don't have social proof, like a huge following on Instagram yet, I would say find some ways that you can build that up right now. Whether it's performing for a local charity event, you can also put that on your resume. And from that, you just meet more people, almost like a chain reaction. Go boom,
right
boom,
on.
Boom, 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 and then you get to go bigger corporate events.
Right on.
You choose.
That's great advice right there. And going back to Instagram, with so many people wanting to do what you're doing, what's a mistake you see a lot of people making when it comes to social media and Instagram growth right now?
The clout.
The clout?
The clout. They do it for the clout, and I think that's the biggest mistake you can make, because when I started doing Instagram, it was because I just love magic and I want to share it with other people.
You didn't just want to flex.
No, not at all.
You didn't just want to go on there and flex. You genuinely loved the art form which you were putting out there to the world. You were aiming to show, again, value. You were aiming to get on there and provide value out there to the world, rather than just getting on there and trying to get baller and trying to flex.
Not at all.
Trying to rent a car to, to show off.
That's
on
the wrong
there.
way to go.
Yeah.
Like, this is my Lamborghini, and Ty Lopez will sell.
My Lamborghini for the next 4 hours, and I gotta take it back to the rental place.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of I'd say fake rich people, fake ballers, fake wannabe influencers,
Fake genies,
entrepreneurs out there. But this is proof right here that providing value first and aiming to add value out there rather than just trying to flex. Is definitely the right way to go.
Be genuine. Respect other people and love what you do. That's it.
Totally. Matt, if I could sum this whole interview up in 3 little snippets right there, it's that. Thank you. Totally. Awesome. Yeah. If somehow you haven't seen his Instagram, I'm going to pop a link to it. Go check out. You're just at Kevin Lee.
At right? Kevin Lee Magic.
At Kevin Lee Magic on Instagram. We're gonna put that on the screen right now. Somewhere. I have no idea. We're going to put it on the screen. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you got anything out of this at all, and smash the like button. You got to smash the like button.
Smash it.
Smash it. Leave a comment below with your opinions on what we talked about here. I want to hear, do you disagree? I love when people disagree. There's way more comments that way. If you agreed, whatever your thoughts are, questions, comments, concerns, put them down there. I'm going to read them, and I'll probably respond to a couple. Kevin, my man.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Thank you so much. Safe travels back home. We're going to see you. We're going to see you at 1,000,000 in a few months. We're going to come back with Kevin Lee once he's balling. Next time you pull up in your Lamborghini, and that's it.
And then I'm going to return it after the 5 hours.
That's great.